Let's see. Test. Does that show up? Alright, that shows up there. I think the alert box works. Everything's good. This is what the settings should look like. You should have 4 portions and the one monitor and something like this. I disabled all the buttons. I noticed that that was a new feature. I don't actually use the buttons, so sometimes I use them and it's me hitting the wrong button to do things. So I just like, hey, I can. Oh, here's a big one. Haha, almost had me. I think so. I'm trying something new. I've moved the microphone into an upright position. I don't know if I can actually draw this way, but because it also does this thing where the cable is like in my way a little bit. Well, okay. Let's see. Hopefully this sounds better. I haven't really tested the it seems to still have my old settings, so whatever. I lost a couple brushes, which was kind of annoying. It also looks like I don't have what's it called set up. How would you call that? Saving every 10 minutes. I'm gonna go ahead and do that. Very important. This one too. Write that down. Merge these down a little bit so that I have like less layers, because I'm not going back to these layers, but it's nice to have. Yeah, that's fine. Okay, that's a trip through the past, and I think I set everything up that I wanted to. Probably some of my key bindings are still fucked up, but what did I want to do? Oh yeah, I didn't want to do key bindings. I wanted to do this last setting. Very important. File handling? Yes, file handling. Save everything every 10 minutes. Yeah, very important. Okay, so that works. Okay, everything is set up. Close this. Close tabs, close tabs, close tabs, close. How do I save this workspace? I wonder if I can save that for later and just like have that in my workspace so that I can recover it the next time Windows fails, which is apparently a thing that can happen. Can I save it to a file? There it is. It's my workspace, but can I export it? Whatever. I guess I can't. Okay, so I'm still gonna be fucking with the perspective here a little bit, I think. Okay. Oh, I need to remove the what's it called. Somehow artists in general got muted, so I only saw your post of a big fight. That website is available. The big fight? Oh shit, what did I put in there? Fortunately, this website is currently available in most European countries. Oh yeah, because you guys are now experiencing retrograde meme police. Let's see. Oh, my fight. Oh, okay. All right. Yeah, that's fine. I mean, yeah. It's not that big a deal. It's just me hitting someone a couple times. Europe, unable to, what's it called? Let me just change that so I can intuitively use that whatever I want. See, every time I do something, I figure out that I need to change something. I'm trying very hard not to do too much because I don't really have time. Except, okay, so now every time I use that, I get my lasso tool and my what's it called, my polygon lasso. Your stream title is about the last image, so I was about to get violent. You still work on that? Violent over that? Really? Some. Let's see. What would you call this? Some docking. The painting. I don't know if you guys know what docking is. Probably shouldn't know what docking is, but it's when you put your spaceship into another spaceship. Just call it that. No, it's when you land your spaceship in a dock. That's what docking is, obviously. I mean, it's in the word. Okay, let me see. Yeah, I started this one and I've just been screwing around with the distances between figures a lot because I can't intuitively get a good read on where they should be because it looks like a lot of them are just floating right now, and so something like that, I think. Yeah. And so the perspective is a little screwed up, but like it's gotten way better, and I think the image itself has gotten way better because I can like go back to my thumbnail, which I did like a year ago or a couple days ago, and so it's like there's a big change. Also, I noticed that because I set the what's called set the recording to 720, I seem to have a lot less lag. So I don't know if that means a lower quality for you guys, but I'm gonna go ahead and do that because I really like the fact that I don't lag. So it's not like these pixels mean that much anyway. It'll be alright. It'll be alright. At some point. It'll be okay. But yeah, with Bazri, what's up, dude? How's it going? What is good in the hood? Color burn. What I want is like hard light. Really fine. Got back from that CD Projekt Red event. Super nice. Seen some cool shit. Did you get to meet the author who's apparently suing CD Projekt Red? Suing him. Got him good. I think like the fact that I was able to find the last two brushes that I really liked, these two, really means. Oh, and you know this one is also a very favorite one of mine. Means that I don't really need those other brushes. Screw this guy, the original author of the Witcher series. Susa, what's called CD Projekt Red. It's kind of a weird happening. Yeah, it like since the restart, everything seems much more smooth. I'm hoping that stays that smooth. Oh, really? Okay. I gotta change some of the settings for that. But yeah, nice little, what's it called? Yeah, so I shared the I shared the fight scene with Discord because I just like I think I'm not gonna be employed at that store much longer because HR came down and they were like, I can't believe you've done this. You can't do things like this. Like, yeah, but the guy that's like below you told me we gotta stop these people, and then it's like you tell us that we can't stop them, and it's like, someone's someone's screwing us somehow. So yeah, it looks like they're not gonna be very happy to have us work there. I talked about it earlier. It's like a bunch of crackheads tried to steal shit, and me and George stopped them from stealing anything. Well, they got away with like one of the bags, and the rest of it is basically like just that. And there's a video and surveillance, and it went to like went to a news story. I don't understand how the EU is like, well, this is a news story, so we can't allow you to play it. I guess the site is just like, well, since we don't know if we're gonna get sued, we can no longer just service the EU at all. And I think this is a colossal backfire for whatever the EU wanted to achieve with that little Article 13 or whatever. Like, oh, so the majority of the internet has blocked the EU, and now there's a problem with a lot of users being just unable to access news sites. That's probably not what they wanted. Something tells me that is not the not what they were going for. Seems pretty sad though that there was finally some sort of push for copyright being kind of shifted into this century, because we really do need some sort of reform. It's just that this sort is completely divorced from reality of what it's like to be on the internet, what that's supposed to be. Right now, it's kind of like the Wild West. So I understand it can't it can't be that way forever, because there's a huge cost that being paid by people who create things and things like that. And so something like a YouTube content ID for bigger sites would actually be really good, like Facebook. That would be really good. But you can't do this thing where it's like, oh, and now your blog also gets affected by this. No, that's not how this should work. It should be big players only, really. But yeah, it's too bad that you can't see that news story, because I got that guy. You just have to take my word for it that I got that guy in the face a couple times with the sign. I guess you'll just have to take my word for it. I won't be doing too much today here. I'm gonna be streaming till 3 o'clock. Yeah, unfortunately, I wasted most of the time just like setting up. I didn't think that I had so much setup left, because I could have done it yesterday, but I just didn't. Guys, probably has to be shorter. I'll merge it down into my what's it called. Okay, let me see what's on this layer. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Okay. Okay. Push that down. Pick this up. That should be. He's kind of undecided right now. I don't know how far he should be from the foreground to make him mid-ground. Maybe smaller would be better. Yeah, so I'm still screwing around kind of with all this. I don't really want to talk about politics, but there's like if you go to Twitter and you type in literally as a search, you get some funny results, I think. Just just type in literally and you'll see what I see. Kind of weird to me. I don't know. Something about something about this is just it's really strange to me. People take it very seriously. I guess I don't know. I guess I just don't care that much. Oh boy. It's hard not to care when people really get butt mad that you don't care enough and you're not on their side. Especially lately. Like, oh man, I can't believe you don't care about this. It's like, yeah, but you don't care about the things I care about, so you know, how is that any different really? No, you have to care about the things I care about. How dare you? Yeah. Easy Sunday. Gonna go in and work at 4. Well, the workday starts at 4. Gotta go in a little earlier. Get there on time. But otherwise, it's gonna be a slow, chill day. Putting items in the correct positions. Or doing cash register stuff. They've got me doing like manager stuff now, and they're not paying me managerial wage for it, so I don't really like that. I think I'm gonna have to like complain or something because it doesn't look like they're you know magnanimous enough to like if you're doing this for us, it's obvious you should get a promotion and a raise befitting the position. It's like no, you're gonna have to. I'm just waiting for the whole me punching that guy while he's down, and then trying to get the items from him and disarm him because he has a weapon thing to blow over. And then after that is done, if they don't fire me for that, which I don't know, it sounds reasonable to me, but might not sound reasonable to them that I would defend myself. Um, but yeah, as soon as that blows over, I'll be like, okay, so What's really the difference between me and someone who does this type of work? Let's see. I feel like this foreground character has the most what's it called? What's wrong with him? He doesn't seem in place still. Maybe a little taller. Maybe a little taller. Maybe a little shorter. Oh. Yeah, I think this guy fits more. I'll merge that into my back up there. No, this guy. Guy either has to be bigger and maybe more contrasty. Probably something like that. Get rid of. But what the story I really want to tell is like kind of vibrant marketplace. One funny thing is that we got an outside hire for like an assistant manager. It's like that's interesting. Not promoting from within. Jerks. Probably because the last time they promoted someone, they had like a breakdown because it was too stressful, and they couldn't handle it, so they just hire out now, I guess. I can see how you could get stressed out dealing with these people though, because they're just like savages. I don't even know what the better word for it is, because like if you go in thinking that they're just gonna treat you like a human being, that's not gonna happen. They sure won't treat the store with respect either. So, retail is retail is a special sort of hell. Um, Yeah, I think that's what I would describe it as. It's just not so bad, that it's like unbearable, but it's just bad enough that you're not gonna have a good time at all. Yeah. Okay, I think what I want is maybe some of these more grayish tones here. I feel like I went a little too leathery. I want to go back to some blues, but I think I like the shape overall much better. Mm-hmm. I think this guy has to really look big, and that means maybe overlapping character in front of him. Maybe that could just sell that big boy. I kind of like the new color scheme. I think that's pretty neat. I think I took it from a nighttime photo. Probably gonna like this guy for time. Mm, I watched Ready Player One yesterday. It's a pretty good movie. It felt like Willy Wonka's Candy Factory, but for like the new generation. Spielberg film, pretty good. Spielberg does good work. A lot of pop culture references. I think that's the appeal of it. It's like, oh, I know this. That's the thing that I know. I feel like it could only have been Disney that produced it because they have like all the assets from all of these um, all these movies and stuff. I don't know if it's fair use to have like Mortal Kombat Avatar or something for Alien. You know, there's a lot of pop culture in there. I think you could like sit there just listing it. I think that movie got a lot of hate for whatever reason. It's an okay movie. I don't know. I'm not sure why. I'm not sure why people mad. I also saw Infinity War. It was probably a mistake to watch Infinity War without watching the other Avengers movies because I didn't really like get a lot of it, and it was like it was sold to me like, oh man, this is such a deep movie. There's so much like stuff in it that's deep, and like the villain is deep, and I'm just like, well, I don't know. That doesn't really sound like my experience from the movie. I mean, they did explore that one old question from philosophy. It's called the repugnant conclusion. Um, it's like Thanos' motivation um, throughout the movie. It's kind of an interesting thing, but they really made it like one-sided. Like the only one who would do this is clearly evil because well, the heroes would want to stop this, and so. But I mean, it is a complex question. Um, you know, I mean, superhero movies, you know, not supposed to be super deep. I get it. Like the target audience is not what's it called. Yeah, I think I should have watched the other films. Maybe I would have gotten more depth out of it. Maybe I don't know. But you know, if anything, Star Wars was way better. As like a you know, sci fantasy versus sci fantasy. I don't know if you can do that comparison. Yeah, but that's not totally what's called. Like the themes that they explored were much deeper. At least I thought anyway. Even though, um, you know, they did kind of a 180 on what Star Wars uh was supposed to be. I think it was kind of like it sounds something like um the natural progression of like the old samurai is to accept Buddhism, something like that. That's like kind of what happened there. I think it's like this weird Buddhist incursion into which should have been more like Bushido. I think that was what was in the original Star Wars was more like kind of more like a Bushido type code for samurai, and this one was more like, you know, acceptance and ego death and all this stuff. In the original Star Wars, it was more like stoicism rather than Buddhism. And those are similar, right? But they're not the same. Yeah, anyway, I don't know. Just didn't really enjoy Infinity War as much as I thought I would. Ready Player One was great though. Would recommend. You have like an hour to watch. 2 hours. But yeah, for all the like, because people have been talking about, I get to movies really late in the game, like really late. Most people have watched it by before I've watched it, because I wait for like the DVD. But yeah, there was so much conversation about that movie, and it was so many memes and stuff. It's really like not. It's super super hype. I did find like the Wakandan like arc within Infinity War to be kind of ridiculous. I don't know. Something about it was just like really condescending and like some sort of pandering. I don't know. Special pleading, special pandering. What do you call that? It's like, oh, you didn't do this thing that's super obvious. Man, it's just like, man, if you just come to Wakanda, we would have sorted you out. I don't know. If the whole point was to make them look like condescending assholes, they succeeded. Can't call people NPCs on Twitter anymore, apparently. I find that, very funny. Like, hmm, really? That's the word that you chose to go after? NPCs. It's apparently dehumanizing. You can't call someone an NPC, but you can call someone a bot, because that's okay somehow. That's not dehumanizing, because there are bots, so therefore you can call people that, because it makes sense to do that, and it's not petty at all or anything like that. Just the way it is, I guess. That's just how it is. I don't know why Twitter does these things, but seems really dumb. Because the last thing they did was you can't use animals as descriptors. It's like we're running out of things you can say. Like you literally can't say a lot of things now. It's just like can't call people animals, can't call people robots. What's next, man? Can only be nice to people on Twitter. Can't compare them to anything other than the nicest things. Well, unless you can compare them to robots, uh, then it's okay. Seems a little strange. Seems a little bit strange. Those studies that I linked got removed from the publications, and the removal is like is explained in this way. It says, through a thorough investigation, we've discovered that these were hoax papers. Yeah, a thorough investigation where you discovered that they were hoax papers. It wasn't because you published them and then it was revealed by the publisher, the author rather, not the publisher. They're the publisher. The author that was called that they were in fact a hoax, and you would have kept them up forever had they not been revealed as such. No, it's a thorough investigation which you conducted for no reason, you know, nothing to do with the publication of the fact that it's a hoax. Right? It's just it's just a weird coincidence, I guess. It's very funny, I think. Very funny. And nowhere is safe because there's a really funny article on Nature right now. Just really hilarious stuff. Like the front page right now. Probably still cache it. it sounds something like, because of an extremely rare genetic disorder, therefore everyone is exactly that, and so we have to consider the edge cases to be the actual cases, and ipso facto, I don't know how this stuff just gets published. It's just so strange to me. Like, is no one paying attention at this point? Or is it like on purpose? But yeah, if you're an avid nature reader, or Scientific American, something like that, any of those nice, reputable journals, and you're like, well, this could never happen here. You could never have a hoax paper, something like that. I don't know. I think you'd be surprised with some of the quality of the opinion articles and stuff, and some of the research research based opinion articles. I don't even know what to call them. Op-eds in a scientific journal. I don't know why they have those. It really makes you think. Sometimes doing research and the hard work is hard. Why not just, why can't we just say some stuff and not have to back it by evidence? Isn't that what science is all about? Isn't that how science works? But yeah, I find it kind of funny. I find it kind of sad. But lately, yeah, it feels like I'm reading Vox instead of, reputable scientific journal when I browse some of these articles. Uh, there's a really funny clip of a Destiny stream floating around where he misreads people of color as people of trouble. People of trouble. I thought that was kind of hilarious. Bit of a Freudian slip there, maybe. Maybe. Maybe not. Who knows? Who knows? I kind of miss Destiny's Twitter because at that point I could get all the hot takes, straight in one place. Now I have to go and watch like streams, and I don't always have time. Hopefully he makes a another Twitter account and just like pretends not to have been banned, like everyone else who is on Twitter who has been banned on Twitter. Because that's just how it works, I guess. Yeah, I feel like for some structure that's trying to pose as a, unbiased telecom utility type of thing, Twitter sure is not doing that a whole lot at all. So I actually kind of find Ready Player One's Oasis kind of like the internet at this point. It's just somewhere you can go and do whatever you want. Sure, there's no VR component. I think that. I mean, that's not the point. That's not the essential part of it. Um, and I feel like there's a very unclear kind of, instead of like one shadowy corporation that's like, oh wait, it's not even shadowy. It's a very overt corporations. We have things like Twitter, Facebook, Google. It's a little different. Twitter, Facebook, Google, Amazon. I'd say probably kind of say what can and can't be on the internet in not as overt type of ways. So I think Ready Player One is kind of the idealist version, like where the common people rise up and gain control of the internet, which I don't think can happen at all. Seems like it's too late. Already ceded too much. Too much to some of these just huge corporations. So we'll be living in the stacks. But I don't know. I found like a lot of the comparisons really interesting. Like people would sell their like real life stuff to get virtual items, and that already happens in like real life. You have people that spend thousands of dollars on massively multiplayer role playing game. But that was kind of interesting. If it was science fiction, it was kind of describing what's already going on. Pretty well. I think the book was written a long time ago, though, so at that point it was science fiction. Now it's more like, oh, this actually happens now. So I guess the guy was right. Screw around with the gesture here. I think I want to pick up like one shoulder. Put down the other one, and then give him maybe a shrugging gesture. I think I'll be screwing around with these guys. Body parts. Bit before I commit. But yeah, something that I have to handle another time because I do need to eat something before. I'm gonna bend him in, like bend him in. keep up. And I have to get the rest of his gesture. Probably I'll have overlap here. That kind of good, I think. But I do want him to have an interesting pose since he's like right there in front. And I have so much canvas to go around. I'll probably do it. I still haven't given these guys gestures. They're kind of more like concepty block-ins for clothing and costume design, and not actually so I have to redraw them and give them like positions where it's like, oh, this guy's doing this, that guy's doing that. And some of the perspective is still off, like I think for this guy is too short. Okay, pick him up a little bit. This guy is way taller. Either I'm gonna pick these guys up to here. Something I could do right now, actually. Here's some. Probably something like over here. With them. Because they're short. I still have to figure out, you know, parts of that, but yeah. I don't want them all on like one plane. I'll start screwing with it. But if these guys are close, then these guys have to be closer. The perspective line that I'm trying to hang everything is like this. And this guy is at the foreground. Something like that. I'll see. I'll see you tomorrow. Thank you guys for hanging out. Thanks for coming by. Thanks for chatting with me. Hopefully I fix the mic and do all the other things that I said I would with the setup. Because, like, I'm just totally unprepared today. But, yeah. Thanks for hanging out. See you later.